the Martini Studios in Ontario, California, it's the Foo Bar Show!
Hey, what's up, everyone? I am Joe C, and thank you all for listening to the Foo Bar Show. Thank you for hitting subscribe, and remember to rate, review, and tell your friends like a champ. You can always reach us at Foo Bar Show. That's FOOBarshow.com. And FOO Bar Show is our handle on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out, drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. Ain't that right, foos?
C.
Yeah. On tap today, we have the Fallen Electric. Say what's up, guys.
What's going on, guys?
What up? Woo, woo. To my immediate left, we have Mr. Richie Argumosa. Say what's up, Rich.
¿Qué pasó?
Hey, what's up, man? Across the table, I got Drew Barber.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And to my immediate right, we have Mr. Jimmy Ganser. Say what's up, man.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah,
How's everybody doing?
We're excited, and the reason we're putting together this bonus episode for the Foo Bar Show is that we have a new song coming out the day after the episode gets released on November 1st. Friday, November 1st, we have a song called Only You I See, found anywhere you can stream music, Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff. And man, I'm excited. This one is this one's a spicy meatball, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, Listen, our first single that has come out after we put out our demo album, has been getting a great response. I think we're currently just over 12,000 listens.
Very
for our
excited
song
about that.
For listen.
And and Jimmy was telling me that he would be fangirling if we just had like 100.
Yeah.
Considering local bands and stuff.
Yeah.
And just garage bands and that kind of thing. But hey, people like us apparently. Go fucking figure, right?
Crazy. And, I'm sitting there looking at the number like, whoa, how did that happen?
That happened.
Yeah.
But no, it's hard work on our part.
Oh yeah.
Promoting, marketing, all that good stuff. It's a fun job, but it's still a job.
Somebody's got to do it.
It's a dirty job.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's been good times, man. And let's talk about the song, man, because there's a lot of components that went into it. Jimmy, you're the one who wrote the skeleton of the song. You brought it to the table. You already had an idea for lyrics at the time.
Right.
And then you brought it over to Drew, in which case he put his fat, nice bass line to it.
I love when you do that.
Yeah,
man.
it was awesome.
I kind of bring the skeleton to you, and it's like can you do something with this? And you always deliver something that's just like that's gonna work,
right?
Oh, yeah. That's gonna work. Right. It sounds great.
So tell us about the song. Like, what was the idea behind it? What was in its inception?
It kind of one of those songs that just kind of started flowing out when I had the riff 1st, and the lyrics kind of. The verses and everything just kind of started flowing out. I didn't know exactly the general direction I was going to take it, but I knew it sounded positive. It was a little more positive than we normally than our normal criteria.
Yeah,
and it had it's got more like extended chords in there where we do a lot of bar chords, regular bar chords on our songs, and this one had a little bit different feel to it, and I kind of ran with it like that. And the way I was writing it. The words started coming out, and I kind of noticed that it was starting to become sort of like maybe my, maybe about past relationships I've had, or kind of going in that general direction, and just and honestly relatable to anybody who's had that type of relationships or somebody that they see that only that one person, or they keep seeing that person, or whatever. It's just it's very relatable. We've all usually been there, and
I think it's. A lot. It's open to interpretation too,
Right, and it doesn't have to be necessarily that. It's actually an open puzzle, and it could mean a lot of different things. So depending on what you think of it, and it's just it's one of those songs that just kind of happened to just kind of spill out. So,
yeah, okay, and it worked out, man. I got to say, when you brought that song, and the reason my guitar part sounds the way it does is that I was listening to a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers and Spin Doctors. That's where I got the influence to write the solo.
Your solo is awesome.
Yeah, and go figure. The people who hear it when we play it live, and we've been playing this thing live for 9 months now.
9 months around there.
Yeah, we kind of wrote it and came out with it around February, March.
Yeah,
and we've been playing it live ever since. It just hasn't. I mean, we recorded it around the same time we recorded Listen, but we've been hanging on to it just to make sure that Listen got the proper response that it deserved.
Right.
Which thank you all for streaming it.
Yeah, Thank you guys so much.
But I think that every time that we play it, we always get the response in that it sounds like a Third Eye Blind. It's in the pocket of like Third Eye Blind, Matchbox 20, that kind of influence to it, which I love because I love those bands.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's amazing that people kind of compare us to that when they hear this song. In contrast, Listen, that everybody's been listening to, has a very much like a Foo Fighters flavor, And now, we're really expanding because I think we've come a long way from that first album demo that we put out in 2018.
I believe we did, yeah. And I think it's kind of one of, it's kind of a night and day kind of difference when we from when we started. It kind of the way our progression is with our music now.
Production aside, too, like the actual song itself.
The actual song, just the songs alone are progressing so well. Like they're so musically, inclined now. Like there's just so much more to them now.
And I gotta give Richie credit, and I don't say this a lot,
totally.
But Richie, I like ever since you joined the band, your open-mindedness to like take criticism and to give your own input to songs also has influenced the way the new songs have been coming out.
Right.
Well, let me just make this clear. I don't like you criticizing me ever.
Oh, I know.
So
I do it anyway.
but we still do.
Yeah, you don't have a choice, sir.
You suck, sir. Just stop.
But one thing that really gets the song going, despite it, the intro's pretty chill. It's not much of an intro, but it's just a few chords, right? And then, but as soon as that snare hits, man, it's you're in for a good next 4 minutes.
Yeah,
solid.
The way that roll comes in, man. I got to say,
and we'll play the song a little bit later in the episode. But aside from that, what's your perspective on this, Richie?
Dude, this song was. It's still really awesome to play. It's kind of one of those songs where, just like you were saying, people have been really taking on to it. They've been really comparing it to like a Third Eye Blind kind of a Matchbox 20 kind of sound, and that to me means that that we're growing as a band. As we were saying earlier with that first demo, it's a demo. There's songs there that really show that it's we were who we were, and now we're this band that's trying to open new doors and explore, different sounds and stuff.
And not to take anything away from the songs written on the demo, because every single one of those songs is pretty cool, man. I gotta say,
totally, yeah.
But
in terms of this song, though, I think overall, it's just we spent a lot of time on this one. We definitely gave a lot of love and a lot of insight. I personally, for my part, I just wanted it to sound big, just like a big song. I mean, even though it's not really like one of those songs where you could think that it's busy or there's like parts that are just in your face.
Yeah,
like,
you're not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
There's power in it.
So,
there's that emotion.
Right. What's that saying? Less is more, and so that was my approach to the song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and everything comes together with that bass line, like I was just talking about. It's a nice fat bass line that comes in, and you do a really good job, Drew, and doing that to the songs. That whenever we present a skeleton, we don't really have to give you much direction. You just kind of know where to find that pocket, and I think that's where we're at with this one. But not to say that we don't already have a couple more in the bag, but. But, I mean, we're in for some good times. We're working on some music videos. We will be, at least. We're storyboarding some ideas currently, and we're working with the same production team that recorded our audio to do our videos. So
yeah, that's gonna be pretty exciting.
Yeah, Syrian Productions has been really good to us. I got to say, they definitely have a good attitude and the right professional approach to everything. They're making us sound great.
Yeah.
When some would argue that we don't deserve it.
I mean ourselves, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure, it's ourselves.
Yeah.
But the shows that we've been getting lately have been a lot more energetic. I mean, we just recently played this amazing freaking warehouse of a brewery that it's like the size of a Costco. Brewery X in Anaheim. I was thoroughly impressed walking through that place, man.
Yeah. That was awesome.
It's literally like the size of a Costco. People think, like, I shit you not. This thing is huge, and it's divided into multiple rooms.
Yeah.
Where you got, like, I don't know, like a tasting room. You got, like, an outdoor area.
Yeah.
We were in the main warehouse, I guess.
Yeah.
And
they had like giant like mini games and
like
nice
lawn
places.
games and stuff like that.
And
Food
we were
trucks.
blasting our shit to 11, you know?
Yeah.
That was great.
Oh, it was good. It was good. And they kind of had the stage like in the center of the room. And we were, so like everybody would kind of gather around that, you know, everybody playing their games, getting their beers, you know, getting food, whatever. And it was a good experience. It was
I liked
something,
it.
we weren't used to really doing something like that either. A lot of our shows aren't really like that. So like when we got there, it was like, wow.
This place is huge.
It really forced us to
Dude,
not
and the first
suck,
thing I
you
said,
know?
I said, dude, it's like Home Depot without the stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, Home Depot with a stage in the middle.
Yeah.
Insane.
For sure. Yeah, it's exactly
So-
what it was, and the beers are awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
we'll be
really
back.
good.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
So yeah, man. We like I said, we've been working on other songs. I would argue that one of the songs that we've been playing live, "Circles," has
Circles, yeah.
it has like an early Incubus influence, like Science, the Science album.
that's kind of what
It's kind of quick
Yeah.
that way, but it also has a little bit of like a Queens of the Stone Age flavor too at the same time.
That's what I kind of thought.
So
it
I mean,
was,
we
yeah.
were just talking about a song that people compare us to Third Eye Blind, and then we're coming out of left field
Yeah.
with like a Queens of the Stone Age
Yeah.
type of sound with Incubus. So like we're kind of going all over the place, yet we remain the Fallen Electric.
Yeah.
You'll know it's the Fallen Electric when you hear it. So I love that, you know, we've matured to a level where we can kind of be eclectic amongst ourselves.
I think we kind of developed a, like you know, like you said, like we can twist different songs around, but we at the end of the day we're gathering it to sound like the Fallen Electric.
Yeah.
Even though it's twisted around to sound like all our influences, we can still make it sound like us. And
We're all
that's-
making the same dish,
that's
just
amazing.
adding our own twists and
yeah,
turns.
and
to
that's the end goal, you know. And I love that we can actually do that, and we have the sound.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and that's a song, Drew, that you came at us with the skeleton of a bass line. Did you ever think it would end up sounding the way it did?
You know, I've had that song a long time, and I brought it up a lot, but we could never really do anything with it. We couldn't really figure out what to do with it. But I don't know. It was just that bass line, and I didn't know where it would go. I just
one of those things.
I just wanted something to happen. I just didn't know what.
Right.
Yeah, and then we have another song that I guess people would say it sounds a little bit like a Jet. Yeah, Move to the Sound. That was a new one that we've been playing live that we've yet to record, but we plan on very,
one's
very,
fun.
very, very, very soon.
Yeah. It's got definitely an old school flavor to it. It's got an old school rock and roll kind of, like you said, like a Jet meets.
Insert funk band here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With AC/DC kind of way about it, I guess. With a-
AC/DC meets Casey and the Sunshine.
yeah. And it's got a good and talk about like how we just mentioned like how, you know, expanding all over the place. It's like something we've never even would have even probably reached out to, and we kind of were writing.
And
like
I think
that.
it comes back to the open-mindedness that everybody has in the band and
Right.
has been lately. You know, I've been a part of some bands where, you know, they'll scoff if you even consider playing a cover. And, you know, it's just like, that's what makes this band money, that's for sure. I mean, we're up there for 4 hours at a time at these venues.
Yeah.
People don't believe it. You know, what time are you guys playing? It says it says the show is from 9 to 1.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You playing all night? Yeah, we're playing all night,
that's,
bitch.
That's the question every
That's how it
time.
goes
It's like,
down,
so
yeah.
it's just you guys, and
Yes.
it's just us.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, why is that so hard to
And,
believe?
and what's the response? Holy shit!
Yeah, dude. Most of the bands that we even play with, they're just like, do you really play 4 hours?
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Doesn't everybody?
Yeah, right. You're just like, how do you not play 4 hours?
I don't know how to play an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
And I've been part of bands that only really have 30 minutes worth of material.
Yeah,
and
no,
they're doing the whole
absolutely.
pay to play bullshit. And,
Right.
you know, and that's really all you get anyway on stage.
And the thing is, like you mentioned, the covers. Like covers are just fun to play. I really enjoy doing cover songs. You know, even though we're trying to focus on original music and, you know, trying to be us, at the same time, you know, playing these 4 hour shows, we're learning so many different cover songs, and it's just it's a really fun experience to do these songs.
It helps you write too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you're
absolutely.
trying to listen to other songs that you can try to mimic and maybe even make your own, you end up kind of finding your way to like, well, it's going to influence you to write something new that might sound like it, which is okay because you love that band anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
You're
right.
not copying the whole thing.
No.
It's not a carbon copy of the song you just played. It's just
The thing is adding your own twist to it.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta you add your own twist to you know, something that you're looking up to, or a band that you're looking up to, or whatever, and you that's how we all progress. That's how all these
It
bands.
helps you remember where you came from.
Yeah, that's how our heroes got to where they are because
Van
they're
Halen
looking
used to
up
be
to
a cover
them.
band before they were Van Halen.
There it is.
You know, they used to. That's how they cut their teeth. You know,
Yeah.
they learned 300 cover songs, and then before they wrote a song.
Yeah. They were a cover band.
Yeah.
We're lagging, guys. 300. Come on.
Seriously.
We're
can do
only
that.
up to what,
exactly.
50?
We're 50 right now.
But yeah, the average 4-hour set would include anywhere between 30 to 40 songs, and if people want to hear more, we'll have a couple in our back pocket. We could probably dust off. But you know, if anybody goes out to watch us, you know, we will weave in our own shit in there, which at this point, I think we're up to 16 original songs that we can throw in there. And, you know, you can probably catch anywhere from 8 to 10 that we'll weave in there that will rock your socks off. So it's been fun, man. It's been fun ever since I joined the band, ever since, you know, there's been a couple lineup changes, but you're the newest one. You're the freaking newbie here, Richie.
That's me.
And everybody's gotten a chance to meet you already, and it's been good times, man.
If you haven't met me, come meet me.
Yeah, you'll be sorely disappointed.
How are you?
Sorely disappointed, really.
How are you feeling about all the shows so far, Richie?
They're fun. They're lots of fun.
Yeah, and like the last time that when you guys were on, we discussed and you know if everybody wants to look up the last time that we did a podcast on the Food Bar Show, it was right before we released Listen.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we talked about the origins, where we came from. But just to reiterate, Richie and I used to be in a band over 10 years ago, and that's how we kind of grew up. And I've known this man way too long, I gotta say.
The gray in my beard is because of him.
Yeah, the gray in his beard is because because of that.
Yeah. Anyways.
You haven't lost a step. I mean, there's been a gap where I went to college. I did the whole thing. I did the thing that society tells me I should have done. I went ahead and completed that, and then I got back into picking up a guitar, and it just felt like riding a bike, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things. And I mean, you guys have been together since what, 2012?
2012, yeah. We found each other in 2012, and
I gotta say, the one of the first names of the band was what, the Nobodies?
The Nobodies, yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even know why you bothered to change it, man. that's an awesome name too. Okay, I would have been okay with the Nobodies, considering I call us that all the time anyway.
And the thing was what was so disappointing about that, and I never would have thought, is literally this is when Facebook was starting to come really, really popular.
Yeah.
There was 2-3 pages of people that had the Nobodies for a band.
Oh, really?
2 to 3 pages.
So is that where you were thinking of changing it?
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
that's what convinced me. I was like, there was already a copyright in there somewhere. Some punk band had it, and I'm just like, that's it. Yeah. We got to be somebody at this point. I don't want to chase.
There you go.
Somebody.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So
That's funny.
What are the other names that you came up with? At one point, it was the Fallen or something like that. And
Well, we almost did. Three-Way Road. We were.
You had
kind of
three-way
thinking about
road.
it.
Three-way road at first, and I was like, let's put that on the back burner, and then, because that sounds.
we never spoke of it again.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Right. We had it was probably 2 or 3 ideas or whatever that we had, and we were kind of writing them down, kind of okay, well, we'll come back to this later,
Right.
Just to see which one's the best. See if we can think of something better that's really going to stand out. And I happened to think of that at work one day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we had a couple. I can't even remember what we had at first. They were
that bad that we immediately forgot about them.
No, I even had a couple of my buddies helping me out with names and stuff like that. What about this? What about this? We Google it. Make sure.
Yeah,
it was taken. It was taken. Yeah, we had to make sure. I was like, if I'm gonna do this right, and I'm gonna do this seriously.
Yeah,
we have to be the only band. It's got to be in Google where it doesn't pop up. And. I happen to be the Fallen Electric, and it means a lot, now to me, that it has a lot of meaning to it. It's a lot. It's not just the name. There's a lot to it. I mean, even you guys coming in, being with different bands, you guys being in a band together. We all came from different bands
that have fallen.
That have fallen
apart.
That fallen apart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The electric, we're all energy.
Mm-hmm.
We are. That's what basically makes music. Music is electrified, and it's this. And we're, with the Fallen in there is basically all our past bands or attempts that we've had have not happened.
Yeah.
So, and this is kind of the opportunity to make this happen.
And that's why we say get electrified.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
join the
That is
club.
true.
Hashtag.
Yeah, the
Get
hashtag
electrified.
get electrified. If you guys always see that.
Well, if
That
you
is-
ever tag us, hashtag get electrified.
get electrified, it's kind of a shtick. It's
Hashtag.
nice. But yeah, no, it and all this means something. It means this is our past. That's all coming back.
Yeah.
So
Well, good times, man. I'm excited for this song to come out. I'm excited for people to start singing along to it, just like they have with Listen.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Listen's
nice
been
to
doing
see
good.
that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Listen's been shockingly good. I have to say I'm shocked to say the least.
Yeah. Timmy and Gage did a great job
They
in,
did.
in
Amazing.
producing it, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't think I'd be in a band with that kind of production value
No.
to any kind of
No.
song that I would be recording, and I'm pretty freaking proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now only UIC is just kind of keeping the stride going, and
I-
it's good times.
Listening to both those songs, it's like, wow, like you said, so, about the production. It's like I've never been a part of something that's been just so clear and so like on point.
Mhm.
Everything is up front and there,
Yeah,
and it's what you want to hear too. It's nothing's being held back,
right.
and that's all you can really ask for as a musician.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of listen, should we acquaint everybody who might not, who's probably listening in right now and hasn't listened to Listen yet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just get going with the music highlights, shall we?
Yeah.
I said a hip. I wanna rock. All this time I never believed myself. A list of words in a book upon the shelf. These days never really spoke the truth. As I sit here telling it all to you. These thoughts inside have crossed my mind. Listen, listen, here's the story, look what's missing. Listen, listen inside. Listen, listen, here's the story, look what's missing. Listen, listen
That's right. That's right.
There you have it.
While the song was going, you said that. I mean, now that we're listening to it all, together. I know we play it all the time, but we never listen to the recording as much as maybe other people do. But it does have that Jimmy Eat World flavor.
It has something off
right?
Bleed American. I'm hearing it.
I mean, I listen to that album all the time,
and that's such an influence.
I wouldn't be
for me.
surprised.
Yeah, that's half the reason I picked up a guitar.
Yeah,
one of the reasons.
I gotta agree. It's one of those bands that I just absolutely loved.
Yeah.
In high school when I was coming of age, Jimmy Eat World, amongst others, Foo Fighters at the drive-in, a bunch of shit like that. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if anybody else agreed with us.
Yeah.
That it definitely has that kind of flavor to it. And I gotta say, man, your vocal range has really improved since we've met. Yeah. I've been thoroughly impressed these last few months that you're sounding like the album.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and then the harmonies, with Drew and I, they're really coming together. It's I gotta say, if you haven't checked out The Fallen Electric, and I'm not just saying this because I'm in the band, but you got to come see us. I know it's a 4-hour show, but you can catch us for at least a half hour. Come grab some brews. You probably won't leave after maybe 2 hours anyway. Like you'll have a great time. We always like to put together a party for you guys.
Absolutely.
And we never expect anybody to stay 4 hours. I get that's a long time to really, but at least come out, check it out, see what it's about if you haven't already.
The crowds are always great.
Yeah,
the crowds are always they always have a great attitude, man.
They're very responsive.
It's and I noticed it's one of those things that's just starting to just grow a little bit more. It's just starting. I don't know, from what it was before. It's definitely I see an improvement.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Man. And amongst other things, but by and large, the shows are just getting fun. We were just talking about all the stuff that we talk about behind the scenes, tempo. Like Richie's just like, do we really play at this tempo, live? And it's like, it's muscle memory by now. But other things like that we work on. Like we actually talk about tempo and harmonies and who plays what, the little meticulous things like that, just to make it sound better for everybody when we're doing it live. So
and I know at rehearsal we're pretty hard on each other.
We have
to
though.
Yeah, we're literally we're belittling
each other.
Yeah, we're roasting each other at some point. At least one of us at some point in the rehearsal is getting roasted on. It's like you're going to do it like this, and it's going to sound good. But otherwise, we're not going to do it.
Exactly.
We have to be though.
At this point in time in our careers, it's just like as musicians, we know what doesn't work and we know what works. You know what I mean?
And it's all about just putting out your best product. And it's at this point, it's got to show.
And it's one thing to disagree, and there's another thing to actually give constructive criticism to what's going on. Yeah. If something doesn't work, it doesn't work. And everybody who is actually listening to each other should agree. When something doesn't work, we put it up to a vote, and usually it's unanimous when something doesn't work. And I think we've already come in tune with how everybody has their flavor about their way they play their instruments. So I mean, it's no surprise when Jimmy gives the skeleton to Drew, and Drew just kind of comes up with something within the 10 to 15 minutes. When I put a lead to Set Skeleton and Drew, and then when he comes in with the drum, it just kind of gels together because we all understand each other and each other's vibes.
It's one of those things. Yep.
Yeah. So I've been a part of some bands where we're just like, okay, let's try to write a song. 2 weeks later, we still haven't written a song, because it just doesn't gel. It doesn't vibe with each other. And every time somebody speaks up, the others get either butthurt, they think they're being bullied. Oh, why do you guys just don't like my idea because it's coming from me? Those bitchy little attitudes that people tend to get, especially musicians. We've all met them. We've all met them. We've all been a part of it, and that's why, we were saying, we've been a part of something that has fallen apart and come together to become the Fallen Electric.
Straight up, yeah.
So.
And that's the thing that happens too with bands is that that specifically,
Egos,
man. It's just you have to take it on the chin. They're trying to make you better. It's not like we're trying to tell you that you suck. I mean, granted, you probably do suck.
Yeah, you really suck, dude.
But it's you have to take that constructive criticism. And if you're not making yourself better, you can't expect the band to make you that.
The band's only as good as your worst guy.
Yeah.
So I mean, Say hi, Richie. Say hi to the camera.
Smile.
Fucking smile, dude. But I mean, I'm sure that was definitely the case with Listen. That song came out of nowhere. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't even know how it started, honestly. And then, you know, from one rehearsal to the next, we had a new song that we titled Listen.
And writing that, I didn't even think it was going to be a single.
It's crazy how that kind of thing works out. And only UIC, I think, is it's the feather in our cap right now that we haven't released.
Yeah.
We have others that are awesome, that are on their way. And again, I'm not saying this because I'm in the band. I'm saying this because this is good fucking music that I'm really proud of, that I just happen to be a part of. So trust me, y'all gonna dig it. Y'all gonna dig it. And I mean, you guys want to just play it for everybody?
Sure. I don't think they're ready, dude.
I mean, I don't think they're ready.
I don't know.
Should
Guys
we
ready?
shit on you more, Richie?
Please do.
All right, well, here we go. Here is
man.
the premiere of Only You I See.
Look at this.
Here we go.
I'm listening always when I'm with you. I'm taking it in always and falling into the silence sleeps around me now, making this real. Nothing keeps me in this town, so I turn the wheel. Here we go again, right back to the end. If you, my friend, it's only you I see, even when my world comes down. It's only you I see now. It's only you I see, even when my world comes down. It's only you I see now. I'm hearing you always when you're around. I'm calling to you always, feet on the ground. I only see from day to day, making this real. There will be another way until we are found. Here we go again, a broken heart spin. It's always you, my friend. It's only you I see,
Oh yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, dude.
Heck
I
yeah.
think people are gonna dig that one for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I got no words.
No worries.
No words.
No words. You hear that,
Dude,
You hear
every
that
time
here?
we hear that song, it's just it gives you chills.
Yeah.
It gives me chills. Anyway.
It's one of those. Yeah, I think it's those harmonies in the background, and I think it's just one of those. The way Timmy mixed that, it sounds just so big.
Yeah, the way it
Like,
mixed.
Yeah.
Oh, and one thing we didn't talk about, we added an organ to this one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the beginning to
And
accent
all
my
the
guitar.
choruses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of that going
Yeah.
on too, just to
Which-
kind of give it that extra little push.
I love it.
it fills in the cracks, you know.
Yeah.
It does.
Funny story about that organ. So we had to drive down to Carson to pick up this organ that we found on Craigslist because we're like, hey, we need an organ, right? And Timmy and Gage were just like, yeah, I could do that myself, but we need like an authentic organ, you know what I mean? And like one of those like Baroque ones, you know what I mean? From like the Anyways, so we go down to Carson, right? And we find this
ought to be
organ on the side of the road, and it's got like those huge metal fucking pipes in it and everything, and it's got like. It's crazy, right? So we put it in the van and we drive it back to the studio. And by the time we get to the studio, we look in the trunk and it's gone. It's fucking gone.
Wow.
We lost the organ. It somehow just fell out of the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Drew didn't strap it in there.
I didn't double check. Shit happens.
Yeah.
For a guy who
yeah.
straps on all the time, you'd think that.
Yeah.
You'd
But
be
I,
able to-
but I
You
think that
forget
was
a thing or two every now and then. Okay.
I think
Broken
that was the
clock
first time
strap
and last time that we'll ever drive down to pick up an organ.
you wouldn't
So,
caught, I wouldn't be
back.
caught dead in Carson anyway. So I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
what the
Yeah.
fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
man.
that's this, just a taste of what's to come with other tracks. I think
Yeah.
it's. I'm excited, man. I'm
It
excited.
should be good. It's gonna be very interesting to see what this does, and I don't know. I think it's gonna go over well.
Yeah, if you're listening and you dug that, I mean, tell a friend, dude. We're on Spotify, we're on iTunes.
Yes.
If you subscribe to anything like that, like Tidal, anything, we're on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can just
On
get that
YouTube.
track off of that. I mean, that's free. You're not paying
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Might have to catch a 15-second Mentos commercial or something prior to it starting up, but I think it's worth it.
Hey, at least we get Mentos.
Yeah, that's true.
I've always said it. If you have Mentos on you, can get away with everything.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Have you seen those commercials?
Oh,
Those-
yeah.
You can commit murder.
Yeah.
and you just got to show the Mentos thing to the guy. And
Oh,
it's
dude.
fine.
There's
They're
It's fine.
interested.
No,
Yeah,
no,
they're
no,
laughing. They're having
Yep.
a great time.
That'll do it.
You know?
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Why don't we have Mentos? Why don't we have Mentos? Let's just start carrying it at shows.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll just
I think
start handing them out to the crowd.
even the Foo Fighters did a music video.
Yeah, Big Me.
Big Me.
The Mentos.
Good times.
Good old 90s.
And,
Fucking 90s.
and fucking Dave Grohl, literally when they started playing that song, they would have Mentos just get chucked at his head.
yeah.
So if you sit there playing his guitar, it's all of a sudden Mentos just comes right at his
God
face.
damn it. He should have seen that coming.
And he
when
goes,
they
all
made
right,
that
enough
video."
with the Mentos.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times, man.
Oh, shit.
But I'm excited to play with bands that dig our shit because
Yeah.
there's plenty of other bands that we're digging, that we're trying to get things set up with, and
those shows are fun. And, and I know we don't do those shows a lot. Like I said, we do
Yeah.
the 4-hour shows a lot. But when we play with other bands, it's really a good experience. And
it's fun, dude.
It is fun.
we
Hang
end
out.
up meeting some bands that are like we're literally like in touch with along the way all the time now. It's like we did that in Oceanside and we did that a couple times at DBA in Pomona and
Yeah.
Yep.
and obviously the Foo Bar Fest went over really well. And we,
Oh, yeah,
dude,
yeah.
It,
The Foo Bar Fest was fun.
That was
yeah.
fun as shit.
Would you have like 9
It
bands?
had like 9 artists in there.
Dude, and now we all follow each other, and it's such a I love that collaboration when bands get together and do that.
Yeah.
And it's cool because you don't always have those opportunities. There are other bands like us. For example, our colleagues in Top Shelf Shake,
Yeah, Top Shelf
Zero
Shake.
to Hero. They
Right.
they're usually playing the same nights we're playing, just
Yeah.
elsewhere.
Exactly.
And so we never really get the chance to interact, collab, just
Right.
hang out. Even
Yeah.
we're
And I
always
know we
every time
should.
we meet, we're just like, hey man, we should play a show together.
Yeah.
and
Right.
and that we're too busy
We're too busy
with our
for-
own shit to like actually try to put something together.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
by the time this airs, we would have already played with them amongst some other bands on on the 25th of October.
Right.
So that would have already happened by the time this airs. But I'm sure that was a great time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure we had a great time. You know,
Yeah.
if anybody has a time machine, we'll go back and do it. But yeah, dude.
The thing with those shows too is that they're so energy packed. Like we're so used to doing those 4-hour shows that like a 45-minute set is nothing to us. You know?
We're like, damn, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We leave literally everything up on that stage. Like it's nuts.
I mean, you might as well. You might as
Yeah.
well, because usually, you know, it's a marathon usually,
Yeah.
but when we have those like 30 to 45-minute sets, we're
Oh, yeah.
fucking sprinting.
Yeah, they're
You know,
fucking
we give
power
it
sets.
everything, and it's fun, man. It's
Yeah.
so
much
fun.
fun.
Yeah, it's always a good time.
It's
Yeah.
awesome. It's awesome. I mean, those shows they're draining, but they're fun. They're worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And
You know, now that you bring that up, I've noticed, and correct me if I'm wrong, but every now and then we'll have shows where we'll play on a Friday night, and then we'll come back and play on a Friday that following night.
Right.
And for whatever reason, like the second show, just it's the weirdest thing. Like I don't know if it's the room, I don't know if just because we've come off like a really good show or what, but that second show kills, man. Like
Right.
every time, it's just there's something about it. Like there's.
Yeah.
We've got something, and I think that usually is the case with a lot of bands. You know, they'll play one night and then they'll have like 4 days off, and they come back and they're just like, "Why do I suck today?" It's just like because you're not in that routine.
You're
you
not in
know?
the groove.
You're not in the groove. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And some people take it for granted. You know, they don't pick up their guitar unless, you know, they're about to play a show. It's like, no, Dick, you
Yeah.
got to rehearse on your own too.
Yeah.
You got to have some kind of some regimen.
right.
A little bit of discipline goes a long way, man.
No, totally.
Got to tell you. But yeah, this was a thin slice of heaven, fellas.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I hope everybody enjoyed the song. It comes out tomorrow. If you're listening to this on the 31st, Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy
Happy
Halloween.
Halloween.
But this song comes out on November 1st, and you won't get us to shut up about it once it is. So,
No,
you're ready for
you're gonna see a lot of it.
Yeah.
That's all we're gonna be doing for the next couple months.
yeah, yeah, and
So-
then we're gonna get like I said, we have other plans. We're
Yeah.
hoping to get some videos recorded,
Yeah.
some more
Right.
songs.
Oh, it's gonna be
Um,
some exciting stuff, you guys. It's stick around.
You won't get us to
because-
shut up, man. Like I
Yeah.
said.
Hey
Be ready
Jimmy,
for a lot of TV.
where can they find us?
Well, they can find us at thefallenelectric.com.
Mm-hmm.
We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We have a Twitter. So, I mean,
Yeah.
if anybody goes on Twitter, I hardly ever do. But, you know.
But we have one.
But we
have
do
one.
have one.
Yeah, it's
We do
there.
have one.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there. And
And we're on Spotify,
We're on
iTunes,
Spotify,
and pretty much anywhere
iTunes.
you can stream music.
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Anywhere you can stream music, our music is going to be on there, including all these new singles we're going to be, releasing and all that. So you can find those all on there. Spotify, iTunes. Those are the
Those are the those are the
Major.
juggernauts.
those
yeah.
are the
Music,
major. I think.
and
yeah.
Tidal is
Yeah.
Amazon.
We're on iTunes and
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Amazon. But I like to stick to the majors. I think those are pretty much where the people are at
For now.
And,
For now.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And no, you can find us there. Make sure to always visit .com. You can always look at our merch there. Make sure
Yeah.
you guys get our merch. I mean,
Yeah, we got new T-shirts coming out real soon
yeah.
too.
yes,
and,
yes, that's going to
fun.
be awesome. So
Yeah, with our new logo, it used to be the lightning bolt with the TFE, and now we have the whole wings. You know?
we incorporated the wings now, and that's kind of the whole thing with the Fallen is the whole wings. That's kind of our past, I'd say, and it kind of just it incorporates with the logo. It's nice.
yeah, we
So,
kept the same bolt, lightning
same bolt through it, same bolt through it.
Right.
Yeah,
But
so
the
it was
Fallen
a-
Wings has a little bit of an old school feel to it, and it's
Yeah.
nice, and it works. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to the fans. If you're looking and you're telling a friend, man, we love you.
Thank you, thank you,
and,
thank
and
you,
we'll never
guys.
forget you, man. And
Seriously.
and all the promoters who believe in us and book
Yeah.
us for shows, and all
Yeah.
the venues who tolerate our shit and move tables to make sure that we have enough space to play.
Oh yeah, we deal with it all, man.
Yeah,
Because we take over a place when we get there. You know?
Oh,
yeah.
we just start moving furniture
Well,
around.
it's like that's just how I see it now. It's just like, okay, this has got to move.
Yeah.
This has got to go over there. Like we got monitors, we got everything. It becomes our show.
It's a show.
Yeah.
It is
So
a
if you're
show.
curious on where to find us, when's the next place that we're going to play? TheFallenElectric.com.
Yeah.
That front page is the safest bet. You can go
Right.
on our Facebook. That's
Our-
usually all there as well.
Yeah, our Facebook has the calendar straight up on the page. Like you just go to the Facebook and you'll see all that. So
So, once again, thefallenelectric.com. Thanks for being on the podcast, guys, for this
Yeah,
bonus
of course,
episode.
man. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
thanks,
off
man.
my fucking property.
Oh,
Just
That's our time to go.
so, yep.
Well, thank y'all very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show. Thanks for hitting subscribe, and remember to rate, review, and tell your friends like a fucking champion. You can always reach us at Foo Bar Show. That's FOOBarshow.com. And FOO Bar Show is our handle on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out, drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. I've been Josie with the guys from the Fallen Electric, Richie, Drew, and Jimmy, signing off saying, don't be a dick.